JoJo stands are definitely one of the best power systems out there, but what if you had some of them in real life? While some of them in the real world would be terrible, like Cheap Trick or Anubis, some of these would be very valuable to have in real life. And it's important to note that we're not going to be talking about fighting strength. While Golden Experience Requiem might be a stand that you want, when are you ever going to be in so much danger that you'd actually have to use the Return to Zero ability? It's more likely that you'd want some of the more regular stands out there that have practical uses in the real world rather than just, this'll help me win in a fight, since realistically, how often is that happening? That's the main reason why I think that one of the best stands you could have in real life is Harvest. I mean, think about it. With so many of these creatures in control, you could do a lot in your 24 hours. One guy could pick up loose change on the ground, the other guy could do your dishes, and one guy can play JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Spirit, the sponsor of today's video. Golden Spirit is the first globally released mobile JoJo RPG and is now available on the App Store and Google Play. In JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Spirit, you can assemble a team of iconic characters from the first 6 parts of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and create your own dream team to work together. The game includes a lot of diverse gameplay and team building strategies, and you could even strengthen your lineup through character development and skill upgrades. To celebrate the newly released RPG, Golden Spirit has a bunch of celebration activities that you could take part in while it lasts. There's an SSR Jotaro Kujo special summon event and a special character story event that follows Jotaro Kujo's journey in Stardust Crusaders. And remember that the game has login events and limited time activities, so if there's any time to start playing, it's as soon as possible. So join the adventure now. Download JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Spirit on iOS and Android. Build your ultimate team, enjoy diverse game modes, and unlock exclusive launch rewards. It's quite the fun game, and all of you JoJo fans should go and play it. But to continue on with Harvest, it's a really good stand to have in real life. Harvest is 500 small insect-like creatures, and while each individual stand doesn't really have an ability, maybe at most they can attack someone like a bug would do, the usefulness in this stand comes from the sheer quantity of the stand and its general use applications. There are 500 of these things in a singular stand, and with limbs, they can all be tasked to do pretty much anything. Think of yourself as Gru, while these guys are your minions. If you need something from the other side of your house, get one of your Harvest guys to bring it in for you. Gotta give someone something that's like a 20-minute walk away? Get a couple of those Harvest guys over there, and like they'll be able to do it while you're just doing whatever you want. You have the option to be insanely lazy with this ability, but if it helps your practical uses, then hey man, it might be worth it. Though it is unsure how intelligent these singular stands specifically are, I'm sure with even 100 of them, they probably can't work an office job for you. But hey, this stand is a very easy way to get those menial labor tasks and labor just done without even picking up anything. And hey, while those guys are doing all the boring chores around your house, you could be the one who's being productive. I was honestly thinking of having other stands like Oh Lonesome Me or like Dr. Wu in this video, mainly because of their properties of taking a body part and being able to do another thing. Like imagine getting rid of your arm just to grab something that's like, you know, on the other side of the room. But Harvest does this 100 times better and can do it 500 times more because of the sheer quantity of these little stands. And with how much you're able to do, Harvest is honestly probably the most useful stand in the series to have in real life. But Harvest does have an issue. If someone was hurt, you're kind of out of options. You could get some of your Harvest creatures to maybe get some treatment, but if it's a deeper issue, then you're kind of out of luck. But this next stand could help a lot with that. Since the next stand I got in this list is probably more on the obvious side, we got Crazy Diamond. While the Punch Ghost is nice, I doubt that's an ability that you'll be using. Now, we all know it at this point, Crazy Diamond has the ability to heal and rearrange anything that isn't yourself. You know, that your self-tax does kind of suck a bit, but I mean, Crazy Diamond might be the best stand that you can have to make money. Like with Crazy Diamond, you're just automatically the world's greatest doctor. You can cure anything. Hey, that would require you to go to like medical school and like actually know what you're talking about, and you know, medical school is a bit difficult, but even if Crazy Diamond doesn't want you going to the path of a doctor, just being able to heal anyone is pretty nice, like really nice. And while the healing ability does help a lot, I do think the rearranging part of Crazy Diamond does get overlooked a lot in these discussions. This does have its practical uses in real life. Like imagine using Crazy Diamond's rearranging ability to always sleep on the cold side of a pillow. That's beautiful stuff. Imagine accidentally breaking something and being able to just fix it like that. The rearranging aspect of Crazy Diamond is really useful. And honestly, even without factoring the healing ability, the rearranging part of the stand would still put Crazy Diamond on the higher echelon of stands that you would want to have in real life. But of course, with the healing ability, a stand like Crazy Diamond becomes one of the best, just flat out. This stand might actually be more useful than Harvest, honestly. Another stand that kind of fits this area of expertise is Golden Experience. You know, you don't really get the rearranging ability, but you do still get somewhat of a semi-healing aspect, especially because you could heal yourself with it. It's not as strong as Crazy Diamond, but it still works to a similar degree. But if there's a stand that neither Harvest nor Crazy Diamond can really compare to when it comes to what this next stand can achieve, it's Sticky Fingers. And by extension, every stand that provides a pocket dimension, such as Mr. President or Burning Down the House. Of course, out of all of these pocket dimension stands, Sticky Fingers is the best due to its other applications. But hey, if you'd prefer to have a room to chill in for a bit rather than like whatever striped hole of chaos that Sticky Fingers puts you in, that's completely fine as well. But Sticky Fingers just also has to be the best stand for travel. One part of Sticky Fingers that you may have forgotten is that you can carry what seems to be an infinite amount of storage in your own body. You have a whole pocket dimension of pockets in your body. If you have to go somewhere, suitcases, backpacks, whatever, it's not an issue at all. Just store those inside yourself, go on that flight to Japan, and you'll have everything with you just by unzipping yourself. And that's not even considering the other cool things you can do with Sticky Fingers zippers, like walking through walls or floors and stuff. Stuff that could just have some practical use in the real world. It's all really nice stuff to have, but just being the best pocket dimension stand without being overly bearing is just such a huge plus. And you can become hide and seek world champion by putting yourself inside the pocket dimension and zipping yourself in there. Okay, but honestly, it is a really nice thing to have, having your own area of peace and quiet to be able to lock in on whatever task you want to do. Next up on the list, I'm bundling every single time-based stand. Yeah, we kind of went through this list thinking about practical use stands that aren't really too powerful, like, not like the high power scaling type of stands, but there are powerful stands that also just have somewhat of a practical use. I mean, who wouldn't want to control time? Like, you could do a lot with each and every time-based stand. And in fact, I made a video back in the day that ranks every single time-based stand based on the usefulness in the real world, which is the exact idea of this video. So you should watch that if you haven't already.